Once considered one of the most overlooked nations in West Africa, Burkina Faso is now rewriting its destiny and leading a revolution of independence, self-reliance, and African pride. And at the center of this bold transformation is one man, Captain Ibrahim Traore. Radical reforms, fierce resistance to Western influence, and the game-changing leadership of President Traore. The President WHO's redefining Burkina Faso. Since rising to power, President Traore has embarked on an audacious journey, one that has rattled the West, inspired the African youth, and brought dignity back to a country that was once dependent on foreign aid. But what exactly has he done? Sit down and relax. Let's break it down. 1. Free education from cradle to cap and gown. Traore implemented a landmark policy, free education from daycare all the way to university. This move isn't just generous, it's strategic. He's investing in minds, not minds. By eliminating the financial barrier to learning, Traore is cultivating a generation of skilled, empowered citizens who can build, lead, and innovate within Burkina Faso. 2. Rehabilitation over incarceration. In a move that shocked the international community, Traore released prisoners and gave them jobs in agriculture. His logic? Idle hands build rebellion. Working hands build nations. This initiative not only reduced prison overcrowding, it boosted the country's agricultural output and offered thousands a second chance. 3. From colonial tongue to cultural pride. One of his boldest cultural reforms? He abolished French as the official language. In its place, local dialects now define national identity. This isn't just symbolic, it's revolutionary. It's about reclaiming the cultural heritage that colonization tried to erase. 4. Bye-bye Western fashion imports. Traore took a strong stance on economic independence by banning the importation of second-hand Western clothing. Why? Because Burkina Faso now has its own textile industry. Jobs were created. Cotton is processed locally. And the pride of Made in Burkina is back in full swing. 5. A new era of industry, factories rise. The president oversaw the creation of several major production facilities. Cotton factories, milk processing plants, tomato canneries, and even gold processing facilities. For the first time, Burkina Faso is processing its own natural resources instead of shipping raw materials to the West. 6. Burkina's own beer, brewed and bottled. Traore launched a national brewery producing a proudly Burkina beer, keeping revenue and pride within borders. No longer will foreign brands dominate the market. 7. No more land for sale to foreigners. He signed a land reform bill that blocks Westerners from purchasing land in Burkina Faso. Foreigners can only lease land for years but can't own it. For too long, foreign companies bought African soil like it was cheap real estate. Not anymore. 8. Sahel Passport, a regional game changer. Traore helped launch the Sahel Passport, a new ID for citizens of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. It replaces the ECOWAS passport and signals a shift away from European influence. Despite initial rejection by France, the EU was forced to accept it, a diplomatic victory for African unity. 9. The ICE Development Bank. The Sahel Alliance, formed by Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, created the ICE Bank, a homegrown development bank funding local infrastructure, industry, and healthcare without relying on Western loans. 10. Debt? Gone. Traore led Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger to become the first African nations to fully pay off their colonial debts. This move sent shockwaves through global financial institutions and reminded the world that economic freedom is the true independence. 11. National gold reserves secured. While many African countries still ship their gold to foreign banks, Traore built Burkina Faso's own gold reserve bank, ensuring that the country's wealth stays in the country. 12. Balancing the scales. To bridge the gap between rich and poor, Traore cut civil servants' salaries, starting from the top. It's a rare move in politics, but it reflects his commitment to fair wealth distribution. 13. Push for nationalized mines and Pan-African unity. Traore is spearheading efforts to nationalize Burkina Faso's mining industry, ensuring that profits benefit the people, not foreign corporations. He's also a vocal supporter of African unity, sparking conversations about whether he should someday lead the African Union. 14. Free housing for citizens. Perhaps one of his most radical social policies, free homes for the people. That's right. Traore is building housing developments to shelter Burkina citizens, at no cost. Who else in Africa is doing that? 15. A national anthem in 14 local languages. He replaced the colonial-era French anthem with a new one composed in 14 native languages. It's not just a song, it's a statement. One that says, Burkina Faso is for Burkina. From education to economy, language to land, President Ibrahim Traore is charting a new course, not just for Burkina Faso, but for Africa as a whole. Whether you support or criticize him, one thing is clear, he's not playing by the old rules. He's writing new ones. What do you think about President Traore's reforms? Are we witnessing the rise of Africa's most revolutionary leader? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Trending News Plus, where we bring you the real stories, the bold moves, and the news that matters to Africa.